Hello my friends, in this video I will compare the Samsung Galaxy S7 with the Huawei P20 Pro in a real-world camera test. 2 years difference between the two. Does it have a chance to keep up with the newer P20 Pro? Let's check. Both were set on auto mode. The Huawei P20 Pro was set to 10 megapixel settings, whereas the Galaxy S7 to 12 megapixel with HDR on auto. In the first picture, we can clearly see a big distinction in the HDR mode between the two. One in the Huawei seemed to be far less stronger than in the Samsung. Even though in the newer Galaxy phones HDR mode is heavily changed to be even stronger, older S7 still outperforms the P20 Pro. No, but don't take it that seriously. The P20 Pro is just different, and it doesn't mean it's worse, because some of you may prefer that less processing. Personally, I'm all about the dynamic range and out-of-camera performance, so I think I would choose the Galaxy S7 in this case. When it comes to the color accuracy, I think the P20 Pro is not perfect by any mean, but it's better than the S7. Photos from the S7 often have that yellowish green tint to it, and in this example you can see that even the sky area has that weird color tone. So generally speaking, color accuracy is just worse, which I will show you later also. What's worth mentioning is that the Huawei P20 Pro has a telephoto lens. The S7 is only limited to the digital zoom, so full comparison wouldn't be exactly fair. But I can provide you with those two shots, so you can judge for yourself how big of a difference that telephoto lens makes. Pretty impressive. In terms of the sharpness and level of detail, the Galaxy S7 is surprisingly not that far behind the latest smartphones in this department. But often we can see that the P20 Pro pictures are more detailed, with less artificial sharpening, which in my opinion adds up to that impression also. But once again, notice that the color accuracy in the S7 is way off in those pictures. Overall, be aware that I'm emphasizing those differences. I would say that the S7 has still refined camera that can shoot a good image, like of this white flower. Another difference lies in the bokeh. The Huawei has more shallow depth of field, maybe because of its better aperture of 1.6 or slightly bigger sensor, or both actually. When it comes to the video quality, Huawei could put more effort into that aspect, because this is where the S7 heavily beats it. Okay, maybe the dynamic range will look better on the P20 Pro, but pretty much everything else from the autofocus to the stabilization and colors is better on the S7. Stabilization, even though in this generation it's only optical in 4K, it's much better, and colors are also more balanced. Low-light performance could be used in a better way on the S7, but unfortunately it tends to boost a picture to be bright, in a price of very, I would say, not acceptable levels of noise. In the result, pictures are often brighter than in the Huawei, but who cares if they are not usable. The P20 Pro preserves more detail with less noise. Color tone in low-light situations is also a big problem for the S7, which I talked about in my Galaxy S7 versus Galaxy S9 camera comparison. Huawei sometimes, oddly enough, applies some kind of HDR effect, and you can see it also doesn't look that natural, but I would say it's still miles ahead the S7 in this case. P20 Pro's low-light footage also clearly has less noise than the S7, and it looks that it's also brighter. In conclusion, in my opinion, camera of the S7 aged pretty well, and is not that outdated yet. In some circumstances it's even better than the one found in the Huawei P20 Pro, for example in HDR mode and video recording in daytime. But not surprisingly, apart from that, there is a difference in favor of Huawei, in a low light performance, level of detail and color accuracy. Newer phones tend to improve on those things. Let me know your opinion in the comments. What do you think about the Galaxy S7 camera? Can it keep up with the newer phones? Thank you for your time and see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.